So first of all, thanks for coming out tonight and for just to learn more about how this part of us affects us. Now, I mean, if you just say the word emotion, I mean, sometimes that produces emotion, just saying the word, and so emotions are probably as, and maybe even more important part of our health and our being than the physical being or the biochemistry. And yet sometimes we have problems or issues managing emotions. And so conventional healthcare, they've decided to go the way of pharmaceuticals to change people's emotions. So how has that worked? Well, we've got 10% of the population taking those drugs now. And if you look at that situation, that does, for some people, take the edge off. For some people, taking antidepressants and all the other things does take the edge off. But are negative emotions, or chronic negative emotions, really pharmaceutical deficiencies? That's really the question that I would ask. I would say probably not, okay? So tonight, we're going to look at a much more natural and healthy way to deal with trapped emotions. And so, since we got so many people here, I'm going to ask for some volunteers tonight, because we're gonna do some little some exercises and some things that are going to help us and show us really how emotions affect us. So let's get started, okay? So the recognition of this relationship between emotions and the body, actually, it's gone on for a long time, but D.D. Palmer, the discoverer of chiropractic, he stated back in 1895 that trauma, toxicity, and thoughts were the three causes of subluxation. In fact, he said, and I think this is really pretty true, is the same, he said these three things were probably the cause of all disease. Okay? Now, when you talk about toxicity, we're talking about infections and things like that. But trauma, toxicity, and thoughts were the three causes of subluxation. Now, sometimes for a reason we don't understand, emotions in our body do not process completely. In other words, some process out, but some don't. Some become actually trapped in our bodies. So instead of moving beyond your angry moment or temporary bout with grief or depression or whatever, the energy of that emotion can get harbored in a part of your body and cause physical symptoms. So most people are amazed to find that this emotional baggage is actually pretty real. And trapped emotions have a very well-defined energy with shape and form. And here we see some of those things: shame, resentment, guilt, secrets, hang-ups, all of that. And, we all have some of this stuff, or most of us do. But the issue is not that we have it or not that we've experienced it, but is it something that actually becomes harbored in our body and just stays there and causes problems. People frequently sense that they are burdened by their past emotions, but they don't know how to get past them. So, trapped emotions can cause you to make wrong assumptions, overreact to innocent remarks, short-circuit relationships, create depression, anxiety, and other feelings that are hard to shake. They interfere with the proper functioning of all your body's organs and can cause ill health. And they can keep you from living just a good, vibrant life. You ever known anybody like this? You make an innocent remark and they just fly off the handle? Yeah, I know people right now in my life that are like that. Or people that just can never hang on to a relationship. They go from relationship to relationship. And so trapped emotions can be, a cause, or at least part of the cause of that. So what causes trapped emotions? Well, loss of a loved one, divorce or relationship issues, financial hardship. How many of you know people who went through the Depression that they went through the Depression, but they brought it with them for the rest of their life? Boy, I mean, you know, I know people like that. My grandparents, my dad. I mean, you know, this is a big deal for some people. Financial hardship, work home or work stress, miscarriage or abortion, physical trauma, physical or emotional combat. I mean, I know people have been in car accidents who never really got past it very well. You know, look at the PTSD, any kind of abuse can cause trapped emotion, negative beliefs about yourself or others, long-term stress, rejection, feelings of inferiority, neglect or abandonment can all be a cause of that. I mean, does some of this resonate with anybody out there? Boy, I mean, it resonates with me, I can tell you that. I mean, I could point a few of those out. Firnhaber was a very, very interesting guy. He's a German physician who got testicular cancer about 6 months after his son was murdered. And he thought, this is, you know, like some people, they just trip over the truth and walk on. Well, some people trip over the truth and they go, wow, what's going on here? Well, he's one of those people that stopped and said, what's going on here? So he goes, wait a minute, my son was murdered, I've gone through all this grief, I'm a healthy person, and now all of a sudden I've got testicular cancer. So he started investigating that, and he went back and he looked at his patients, and he started looking at their files and their history of all his cancer patients. And what he found out was that all cancer starts with an emotional shock that is unresolved. Depending on the emotion, there's a very, very specific part of the brain that's involved. And he was able to prove that usually using functional MRI scans. And he found there's 100% correlation between a dark spot in the brain and the location of the cancer in the body and the specific type of unresolved conflict. Pretty interesting, okay? He was also persecuted severely for this in Germany, okay, because he was a normal medical doctor up until this time. Some of Firnhaber's disease, emotion, organ relationships, cancer of the left breast, conflict involving a child, home, or mother. Cancer of the right breast, conflict involving partner or others. Liver cancer, starvation of love. Pancreas, unresolved family issues. I'm going to stop right here on number 4. Remember Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple? Mm-hmm. What did he die of?
Pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer. Did he have unresolved? Does anybody know his history at all? He was, I should have looked this up before I did this talk tonight, but he was given away when he was a boy, and he never knew his father. And his father actually became a very successful restaurateur in the Bay Area, but had no idea that Steve Jobs was his son. And then eventually found out about it and was just stunned. I mean, it'd be like, you know, if you'd given your daughter away and you found out it was like some famous singer or something, you know, and you go, how could that be? That's what happened. And so he had unresolved family issues. He had fathered a daughter who wanted a relationship with him, and he would have nothing to do with her. I mean, he had a lot of that going on in his life as an undercurrent to all the other successes that he had. Stomach and small intestine, indigestible anger. You know, anybody ever known anybody that had that? Oh man. Thyroid, feeling powerless. Large intestine, deceit or betrayal. Think of all the people that have colon cancer. You know, you wonder what's going on in their lives. You know, what's happened to them. Kidneys, abandonment, gallbladder, bitterness or resentment, ovaries, testicles, loss by death or leaving. So he found out there was 100% correlation between this, the type of cancer they had, and the spot on the brain. Our subconscious mind is a storage area. It's like an archive of everything, every single thing that's happened in our life. And it's also where what our body needs to get well, okay? So if you look at this is our conscious mind, this is our subconscious mind. Okay, so what do you think controls us mostly?
Subconscious.
The subconscious, yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay? Trapped emotions are made up of energy, just as energy makes up our bodies and everything in the universe. That's why laser is so effective, because laser works on that level. It works on the level of energy, which is essentially what we are, is energy. Those trapped emotions can remain in the body for years while continually vibrating at a low frequency. It's like a stealth pathogen that I'm going to be talking about in January. And you can accumulate these over time. So every thought, every feeling, every emotion that we experience sends a message to each cell in our body. Some messages are intense, some aren't, and some affect us negatively, some affect us positively. So resolving emotional conflicts helps us to think and feel the same thing. So do you think that if you take a billionaire, somebody who's very wealthy, and can you ever get them to think that they're poor? They don't have a poverty complex. Okay? You can take all their money away, put them in a foreign country, give them 10 years, and they'd figure out a way to make it back again. Because they think and they feel the same way about money. Okay? But you take somebody who's poor, it's harder for them. They have to do a lot more processing to get the thinking and the feeling of prosperity even in their body, equal, congruent. So what releasing trapped emotions does, resolving these deep-seated emotions, helps you think and feel the same way. Now, here's a couple of quotes. Double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Where do those quotes come from?
The Bible.
The Bible. That's where they come from. Where does this one come from? What book in the Bible? New Testament or Old Testament? It's New Testament, the book of James. Okay. James chapter 1. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. How about this one? Where's this one come from? You don't know? Old Testament, book of Proverbs. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. So when we feel one thing and we think the same one thing, we're functioning from a whole brain, and we're no longer at war. And there's a lot of people walking around that feel like they're in that situation right there. So a Christian leader said words to this effect. This is such a great quote. I love this quote. God works on a person from the inside out. The world works on a person from the outside in. The world would take people out of the slums, but God takes the slums out of people, and they take themselves out of the slums. The world would mold men by changing their environment. God changes men who then change your environment. I think this is absolutely right on. So when we release trapped emotions, we allow people to change from the inside out. Okay. So, man, I flew through that. Okay. So we're going to do some demonstrations, okay? So I want everybody to stand up. Okay?
All 10 of us.
Yeah. Everybody back in the back of the room. Some of you that are still standing, you can just stay there, okay? So we want to, this is called the sway test. And what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think, and I want you to feel how your body moves. I want you to think of something really, really positive. And tell me how is your body moving?
Swaying forward.
Yes.
Is it back and forth?
Swaying. It should sway forward. Think of something really, really positive. Now I want you to think of something really, really negative. Where's it swaying now?
Backwards.
Backwards, right. So positive emotions bring us forward in life. Negative emotions hold us back. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. Now, we're going to do another demonstration. Since I got two people, I'm going to choose Adam for this one and you for the second one. Okay. Okay, Adam, come on up. Okay. So, you can sit down. All right, so one of the things I know about Adam and I really like about him, he's really testable. So not everybody is, okay? So hold this arm up, resist. Okay, now I'm just going to touch him right here on this point. This is the circuit breaker of the body. Resist. And see, his arm just drops. Okay, that's good. That means that he's testable. Now, Adam, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple little things. I want you to think of just think of something really positive. You don't even tell me what it is, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, resist. Man, he's strong as a rock. Okay, now I want you to think of something, Adam, really negative. Something that just is negative. Mm-hmm. Got it? Resist. His arm just drops. He cannot hold it up. So that's what negative thinking and positive thinking do to us. Positive things make us strong, and negative things weaken us. Now we're going to do another little test on Adam here. So Adam, hold your arm up. Now we're going to show you, I'm going to show you what congruent thinking and feeling does. Okay, resist. Okay, I want you to say, I graduated from chiropractic school.
I graduated from chiropractic school.
Resist. I'm a chiropractor.
I'm a chiropractor.
Okay, see how congruent he is? He is a chiropractor. He did graduate from chiropractic school. Now, so his thinking, his speaking, and his feeling are completely congruent. Now, I want you to say this. I'm a 747 pilot.
I'm a 747 pilot.
Whoa. Weak. Yeah, all of a sudden weak. Because his body knows, his subconscious knows, that ain't true. That is not true. Okay? So, so when you think and you say and you feel differently, your body knows, hey, it isn't so. Okay? So the thing is now, he doesn't have any negative emotions, I doubt, about being a 747 pilot, but the fact of the matter is that you cannot fool your subconscious. Your subconscious knows. Like, here's another one. Okay, pull this one up. Say, I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a woman.
I'm a woman.
No, okay? So he knows who he is, okay? Mm-hmm. Good job. Okay, so that's just a little demonstration. Now we're going to look at possibly releasing a trapped emotion. Do you want to try that, Mary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never make me cry.
Okay. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's take your glasses off. Can we do that?
Yep.
Okay, so, okay, hold this up. Resist. I'm going to touch here. Look straight ahead. Face your public. Resist. Okay, really testable. So Mary's very testable. She's a good candidate. Okay, so I'm going to just ask your body some questions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, resist. I'm just going to say yes. Resist. No. Weak. Okay, so anything negative makes you weak. No, just the word no. Okay. So I'm going to ask Mary, and we're really talking to her subconscious right now. Does Mary have a trapped emotion? Yes, she does. Okay, so put your arm down for a second. Okay, now I'm going to let her subconscious mind take a snapshot of this chart right here.
I have to put on my glasses.
You don't even need to. Look at it. That's all you need. Okay. Just took it. Her subconscious mind saw it. Okay. So, resist me. So I'm just going to ask her body: is the trapped emotion in column A? Is it in column B? No, it's column A. Okay. Is it an odd row? No. Is it an even row? Yes. Is it row 2? Row 4? Row 6? Row 2? It's row 2. Okay. So we're going to ask her which emotion it is. Okay, and there's several ways that we could do this. We can do this using muscle testing, but I can also use the craniosacral rhythm and have her read them out loud, and I can tell her which one it is just because that'll stop immediately. Okay, so we'll just muscle test it. Is the emotion failure? No. Is it helplessness? That's up there. Does that resonate with you in a way? Okay. Hopelessness. No, that's not it. Lack of control. Low self-esteem. It's helplessness. Okay, hold it up there. Helplessness. Okay, so she's pretty good with that. So that is a trapped emotion we're dealing with, okay? So now, I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. So I'm going to just access her craniosacral rhythm, and I want you to think of what you think is hopeless in your life. Just think of one thing. Yeah, that's it. You got it right. That's it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use energy and laser, and we're going to have Mary release this emotion of hopelessness, okay?
Helplessness.
Yeah, helplessness. Excuse me, helplessness. Okay, so it's okay, so I'll stand right behind you, okay? Okay, Mary, I just want you to think of that emotion that you were thinking of. You don't have to tell me. That's right, just release it. Let it go. I'm going to laser your brain, your spine and nervous system. Just let the emotion go as best as you can. Just let it go. Let it go. All right. Now, okay, I want you to think of that emotion again, that helpless emotion. Just think about it. It's not affecting her the same way now. Now that's a hard demonstration because you got to sort of take my word for it. But we're going to show you. Resist. Now I'm just going to say the word helplessness, and let's see what happens. Is the emotion helpless? Is there an emotion, trapped emotion of helplessness? No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Emotion
I
is
couldn't
gone.
resist.
Yeah, she could not resist. Okay, hold this up. Have we released the trapped emotion of helplessness? Yes. Is there another trapped emotion in Mary that we can release tonight? Is there another trapped emotion? Not tonight that she can release tonight. So that's all we're going to do. It's all our body wants. Now, what's going to happen with Mary, now that we've released this trapped emotion, what's going to happen in the next couple of days? Well, it's possible that Mary could go home and have, just release it and have a good cry. It's possible. It's possible that she may notice some things changing in her body, getting better, some things that kind of dogged her a little bit. or she may not feel anything immediately. It may be something that's long term, but chances are that Mary is going to feel something very, very different when she you can get my phone out, when she in the next few days, as her body processes the releasing of a trapped emotion that's been vibrating in her for however long, you know. Here's the beauty of this technique, is that you don't have to know the emotion. You just have to know what it is, what the category is, and the patient will know. Patient generally will know. So that's really all I have to tell you tonight, and that's a lot. So, you know, tonight you've learned some really, really powerful things and some very different things on how chiropractic and natural health care can have an effect on releasing trapped emotions. Okay? It's possible that you guys may know some people who have some trapped emotions. In fact, you may know several people. All right? Because everybody's out there has these trapped emotions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this. Who do you know that needs this kind of work? We know that chiropractic can release subluxations, and now we know that chiropractic and natural health care can release trapped emotions. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say this. If you know somebody, and you probably do, have them make an appointment with Carmen. We'll schedule them. And if they want a subluxation check, we'll do that at our expense, which we always do. If they want an emotion check, if they want to find out if they have trapped emotions, we can do that check too. Now, Carmen will schedule anybody that you have and give them a 10-minute appointment, and we can get them in. We can even get them in before the holidays. So I want you to think of somebody, and then maybe you can talk to them and tell them about what you learned tonight. Then call Carmen and let her know, and let them come in, and we can help them work through whatever health issue or emotional issue may be dogging their health. So do that. That's all I have for tonight. God bless you. This is my last talk before Christmas. And then in January, we got 3 new ones. We got 3 talks. 2 of them are brand new. I've never done before. One is going to be on stealth pathogens. The other one's going to be on natural health care for animals. We're actually going to have not only a talk on it, but I'm going to do a demonstration on how I adjust dogs, cats, horses. I won't have a horse in here, but
Pony.
Pony. Won't have one of those, but bring a little dog in here. I'm going to show you how I adjust them and how that works. So God bless you. You guys have a Merry Christmas, and talk to Carmen about scheduling one of your friends. Great. That's all we have tonight.